Carlin Bates talks baby plans and getting kids to real schools. For fans of the popular reality TV family The Bates, Carlin Bates Stewart has always stood out with her bright personality, faith-filled approach to life, and deep love for her family. As one of the younger daughters of Gil and Kelly Jo Bates, Carlin grew up on camera in a home bustling with 19 children. Now married to Evan Stewart and a mother of 2, Carlin is forging her own path as a parent and a businesswoman. In a recent candid conversation, she opened up about baby plans, parenting in the public eye, and the importance of giving her children a real educational experience outside the bubble of reality TV and homeschooling. Carlin and Evan welcomed their daughter Layla Ray in January 2020, and their son Zaid Patrick followed in March 2022. Becoming a mother changed everything for Carlin. "It's the most challenging and rewarding thing I've ever done," she says. "I always knew I wanted to be a mom, but nothing prepares you for the moment you actually become one." Her tone reflects both joy and honesty, a signature trait fans have come to appreciate from her online presence and YouTube vlogs. Though the transition from a newlywed to a mom of 2 under 3 came quickly, Carlin has embraced the chaos with a sense of grace and humor. "I had so many plans, routines I thought I'd follow, but motherhood teaches you that flexibility is everything," she laughs. Between sleepless nights, diaper blowouts, and toddler tantrums, she's found joy in the ordinary moments. What many followers may not realize is that Carlin has been dealing with ongoing health concerns following the birth of her son. In 2022, she began experiencing a series of fainting spells and seizures, which led to a string of hospital visits and tests. Though answers have been slow to come, Carlin has kept her community updated through videos and Instagram stories, all while balancing motherhood and business. These health issues have also impacted the family's timeline for future babies. "We love kids. We would love a big family. But for now, we're just focused on my health and enjoying the 2 beautiful children we already have," she explains. "We're trusting God with the timing." She acknowledges that while some people expect reality TV families to follow the pattern of quick marriages and back-to-back babies, that narrative doesn't always match real-life circumstances. "I think sometimes people forget we're real people with individual challenges," Carlin says, "and every family looks different." Carlin's thoughts on parenting go beyond just baby plans. One of the more surprising things she's shared recently is her evolving perspective on education, particularly her desire to get her kids into real schools. Growing up, all the Bates children were homeschooled, largely due to their conservative Christian upbringing and the flexibility it provided for filming their family show. While she respects her parents' decisions and appreciates parts of her homeschooling experience, Carlin sees things a bit differently now. "I think homeschooling can be great for some families, but for us, I want my kids to experience classroom learning, friendships outside the family, and professional teachers who are passionate about education," she says. She's quick to clarify that she doesn't think one method is superior to another, it's about what fits best for her children. "Layla is already so social, and I can just see her thriving in a school environment. She needs that interaction, that structure." The decision wasn't necessarily easy, especially considering how deeply rooted the Bates family is in traditional values and homeschooling culture. But Carlin and Evan are determined to make choices that serve their children's individual needs, not simply follow a family formula. "I think it's important to evolve and consider what's best for your own family. I'm not trying to go against tradition, but I want my kids to have every opportunity," Carlin explains. As Carlin steps into her own identity as a mom, she continues to navigate the challenges of parenting in the public eye. With over 500,000 followers on Instagram and a growing YouTube channel, every decision, whether it's about education, fashion, or family planning, gets attention. And sometimes, criticism. You get people saying you're doing too much or not enough. People judge if your child isn't potty trained by a certain age, or if you take a vacation without them, she shares. I've learned to listen to trusted voices and tune out the noise. Social media is great, but it's not always kind. Despite the scrutiny, Carlin remains open with her followers, sharing the highs and lows of family life with authenticity. Whether it's a video of Layla painting the walls with yogurt or a heartfelt post about her health journey, she invites people into her real, unfiltered world. Outside of motherhood, Carlin runs the clothing boutique Bates Sisters Boutique with her sister-in-law Whitney Bates. The business, which started small, has grown into a successful online store known for modest, trendy fashion. Balancing business with motherhood is no small task, but Carlin is committed to both. There are days when I feel like I'm failing at everything, she admits with a smile. But then I look at my kids and remember that love and presence matter more than perfection. She credits Evan, who works full-time and helps with filming and editing their content, as her biggest support. We're a team, and we're still learning as we go. When asked about the future, Carlin is hopeful but realistic. More babies may come later, but for now, she's focused on being present for Layla and Zaid, improving her health, and laying a foundation for her kids' education. I want them to grow up knowing they're loved, confident in who they are, and equipped for the real world, she says. It's a perspective that feels both fresh and grounded, a mix of the traditional values she grew up with and the modern realities she now lives. I'm not trying to be the perfect mom, Carlin says, just a present one, and that's more than enough. Bringing Up Bates. Tori Bates confirms gender of baby number 5. The popular reality TV show Bringing Up Bates has long captivated audiences with its heartwarming portrayal of the large, faith-centered Bates family. With 19 children in total, the family has become a symbol of traditional Christian values, strong family bonds, and the joys of raising a large household. Among the many siblings, Tori Bates, born Courtney Victoria Tori Bates, has remained one of the most beloved figures on the show. As she navigates life beyond the spotlight of her childhood home, fans have been eagerly following her journey into adulthood, marriage, and now, motherhood. In recent months, speculation has been swirling online about whether Tori and her husband, Ethan Penwell, are expecting their 5th child together, and more specifically, what the gender of the baby might be. While Tori has always maintained a level of privacy when it comes to certain aspects of her personal life, fans of Bringing Up Bates remain deeply invested in every chapter of her story. The question on everyone's: has Tori Bates confirmed the gender of baby 5? Tori and Ethan tied the knot in 2014, and since then, they've built a beautiful life together, filled with love, laughter, and an ever-growing brood of little ones. Their first 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter, have brought immense joy to both their families and fans of the show. Each pregnancy has been shared publicly, often with adorable gender reveal celebrations or heartfelt announcements on social media. Given this pattern, it's no surprise that fans were quick to notice when Tori began showing signs of another pregnancy. The couple typically shares milestones through carefully curated posts on Instagram and Facebook, giving followers glimpses into their lives while maintaining a sense of decorum and modesty consistent with their upbringing. In early 2025, rumors began circulating after Tori was seen wearing looser clothing during public appearances and making subtle hints in interviews about new blessings coming their way. By mid-year, the couple officially confirmed that they were expecting again, sending waves of excitement through the Bringing Up Bates fan community. However, unlike previous pregnancies, where Tori had shared the gender of the baby either before or shortly after the announcement, this time around, she remained tight-lipped. Fans speculated endlessly about why Tori and Ethan might be keeping the baby's gender under wraps. Some believed it could be due to a desire for more privacy as their family grows. Others suggested that perhaps they wanted to focus more on their existing children and avoid the pressure of planning for a specific gender. There were even theories that the couple might not know the gender yet, or had decided to wait until birth to find out. Tori herself addressed the curiosity briefly during a live Q&A session on Instagram. "Ethan and I have really enjoyed this season of our lives. We're just taking things one day at a time and focusing on our family. We'll share what we feel comfortable sharing when the time is right." This response only deepened the mystery. Was she hinting that there would eventually be a gender reveal, or was she simply emphasizing the importance of respecting their privacy? Despite the lack of an official statement, fans combed through every post, comment, and photo for clues. A few subtle hints emerged. For instance, Tori posted a series of photos featuring pastel-colored outfits, both pink and blue, for newborns. This led some to believe that the couple might be preparing for either gender and didn't want to assume anything. Others pointed to a recent video where Ethan joked about another boy joining the team, but it was unclear if he was teasing or giving a genuine hint. Additionally, Tori's sisters, who have all started families of their own, were spotted buying toys and clothes in neutral tones. One sister even commented on a post saying, "I can't wait to spoil this little one," without specifying gender. These small details fueled endless debates among fans in online forums and Facebook groups dedicated to the show. It's important to understand the cultural context of the bringing up Bates family when considering how Tori chooses to handle her pregnancy. The Bates family is known for their conservative Christian beliefs, which influence everything from their parenting style to their approach to media and public life. They value modesty, humility, and intentional living, which means that big announcements, especially those involving children, are made thoughtfully and prayerfully. While many celebrities today opt for extravagant gender reveals with fireworks, balloons, and viral stunts, the Bates family tends to keep things low-key and meaningful. Whether it's a simple family gathering or a quiet moment shared with fans through a short message, their approach reflects their values. Tori has spoken in the past about wanting to raise her children in a similar environment focused on faith, service, and simplicity. It's likely that any decision regarding the gender reveal of baby 5 stems from this same philosophy. From a medical standpoint, determining the gender of a baby is typically possible between 18 and 22 weeks of pregnancy via ultrasound. Many parents choose to find out at this stage, while others prefer to wait until birth. Tori's due date places her around the 20-week mark by late summer, suggesting that she and Ethan would have already received confirmation from their doctor. However, choosing not to disclose the information publicly doesn't necessarily mean they don't know the gender. It could simply mean they've chosen not to share it at this time. This kind of discretion is becoming increasingly common among public figures who wish to protect their children's privacy from an early age. Some fans have speculated that Tori and Ethan may be waiting to announce the gender until closer to the birth, or even after the baby arrives. This would allow them to share the news with their immediate family first, and then offer fans a glimpse into their world once everything settles down. The Bringing Up Bates fanbase is one of the most loyal and supportive in the reality TV world. Even though the show ended its original run, the family continues to maintain a strong presence online, especially through YouTube videos, blog updates, and social media interactions. When Tori announced her pregnancy, the comments section on her posts overflowed with congratulations and well-wishes. Fans expressed excitement about welcoming another member to the growing Bates clan. Many also voiced appreciation for the couple's grounded and sincere approach to parenthood. "Congratulations to you both. You're such amazing parents, and I'm sure baby 5 will be so loved. Can't wait to meet them whenever you're ready. You guys are doing such a great job raising your kids. Whether it's a boy or girl, they'll be lucky to have such a wonderful family." These messages reflect the deep connection between the family and their audience, a relationship built over years of watching the Bates children grow up on screen. As Tori enters her third trimester, anticipation continues to build. Will she confirm the baby's gender before the birth? Will there be a special reveal moment shared with fans? Or will the entire family wait until the baby is born to make the announcement? Only time will tell. But based on Tori's track record of thoughtful communication and her commitment to family-first values, it's safe to say that whatever decision she and Ethan make will be rooted in love, prayer, and intentionality. What remains certain is that the arrival of baby 5 will be celebrated not just by Tori and Ethan, but by their entire extended family, including the dozens of aunts, uncles, and cousins on the bringing up Bates side of the family tree. The new addition will undoubtedly bring fresh joy, new adventures, and plenty of sibling love. In a world where so much of celebrity culture revolves around drama, controversy, and constant exposure, the Bates family, and particularly Tori, offers a refreshing contrast. Their commitment to privacy, faith, and family reminds viewers that not every detail of life needs to be broadcast for public consumption. Whether or not Tori confirms the gender of baby 5 before the birth, the most important thing is that she and Ethan continue to lead with grace, humility, and love. And for fans of Bringing Up Bates, that's more than enough reason to celebrate. So while the mystery of baby 5's gender remains unsolved for now, the real story lies in the beauty of a growing family, the strength of marriage, and the enduring legacy of a family that continues to inspire millions one joyful moment at a time. Kelly Jo Bates claps back at haters in latest post. In the world of reality television, where every word, outfit, and glance is scrutinized by millions, staying silent often feels like the high road, but not always the right one. Kelly Jo Bates, the beloved matriarch of the Bates family from the hit reality series Bringing Up Bates, has generally chosen grace over drama. But in her latest social media post, Kelly Jo took a rare step out of her usual reserved tone to address a wave of online criticism, and fans and critics alike are still talking about it. The Bates family first gained public attention through the UPtv series Bringing Up Bates, which aired from 2015 until its cancellation in 2021. The show followed Gil and Kelly Jo Bates and their 19 children, yes, 19, as they navigated life in rural Tennessee, sharing their values, traditions, and unwavering Christian faith. Like the Duggars of 19 Kids and Counting, the Bateses were often labeled as fundy or fundamentalist Christians, and their family choices, including courtship rules, modest dress, and homeschooling, made them both a fascination and a target online. Kelly Jo, always the warm-hearted and soft-spoken figure on the show, often played the role of peacekeeper. Her nurturing, motherly demeanor and positive outlook made her a fan favorite. Yet in the age of social media, even someone as seemingly untouchable as Kelly Jo can't avoid criticism. The backlash began with a seemingly innocuous post, a family photo taken at a recent wedding celebration, featuring several of the Bates children and grandchildren dressed in formal wear. Within hours, the comments section turned into a battlefield. Critics slammed everything from the family's modesty standards to their political beliefs. Others accused the Bateses of hypocrisy, outdated views, and exploitation. What was meant to be a joyful, wholesome moment turned into a source of controversy. And while Gil and the kids remained silent, Kelly Jo took to Instagram stories and posted a lengthy message that didn't just defend her family, it challenged the assumptions and double standards of her online detractors. Her post began with a tone that was unmistakably Kelly Jo, gracious but pointed. That opening line set the tone for what became a thoughtful and at times emotional message. Kelly Jo acknowledged that, yes, her family holds traditional Christian values. Yes, they live differently than mainstream culture. And yes, they share those views openly. But what she pushed back on was the growing narrative that disagreement equals intolerance. That sentence resonated with many of her supporters, who feel that the tide of online discourse has become increasingly unforgiving. Critics often accuse the Bateses of promoting a narrow worldview, but Kelly Jo's response pointed to what she sees as a double standard. They're criticized for their beliefs, yet told to remain silent in the name of tolerance. One of the main criticisms lobbed at the Bates family in recent years is hypocrisy. Commenters have questioned the family's authenticity, suggesting that they present an idealized image for the cameras while hiding less flattering realities. In her post, Kelly Jo addressed this head-on. That honest admission struck a chord. In an influencer culture driven by curated perfection and filtered realities, Kelly Jo's willingness to acknowledge flaws while still defending her values came across as refreshingly authentic. She also addressed rumors that the family maintains a double life off camera, a charge that has followed many reality TV families. Indeed, since Bringing Up Bates was cancelled, the family has stayed relatively low-key, focusing on their local church, missions work, and spending time with their growing brood of grandchildren. But as Kelly Jo made clear, fame wasn't something they chased, it was something that found them. Kelly Jo's post quickly went viral, garnering thousands of likes, shares, and comments. Supporters flooded her page with messages of encouragement, thanking her for standing up without lashing out. Many praised her tone gracious but assertive, and admired her courage in speaking publicly after years of silence. However, not everyone was won over. Some critics called the post tone-deaf, arguing that Kelly Jo still failed to address specific allegations, particularly concerning controversial family ties and past political statements. Others felt the post was too vague, skirting around important cultural issues rather than confronting them head-on. Still, even some detractors admitted that Kelly Jo's response was more thoughtful than they expected. "I don't agree with her," one commenter wrote, "but I respect the way she handled this. It wasn't defensive. It was honest." Kelly Jo Bates' post isn't just about one family fending off haters. It touches on broader themes about public discourse, faith in modern America, and the expectations we place on those who live in the public eye. Her message came at a time when social media is increasingly polarized, and the space for nuance is shrinking fast. In an era where cancel culture and call-out culture dominate headlines, the idea that someone can hold personal convictions without being a bigot is a concept many find hard to embrace. But Kelly Jo's response challenges that notion. She didn't lash out or play the victim. Instead, she laid out her heart with a blend of conviction and compassion. Though the Bates family's TV days are behind them, their influence remains, with several of their children maintaining strong online followings and their family continuing to grow. The Bateses remain a cultural touchpoint in conversations about faith, parenting, and traditional values in the digital age. Kelly Jo, once the quiet, ever-smiling mom in the background, has emerged as the voice of reason and calm. Her recent clapback wasn't a rant or a meltdown, it was a gentle but firm reminder that even those who choose not to fight back still have a voice. Whether people agree with her or not, it's hard to deny the clarity and sincerity in her words. The future for the Bates family remains uncertain in terms of media presence. Rumors swirl constantly about a new show, podcast, or social platform expansion. But if Kelly Jo's recent post is any indication, the family may be more interested in preserving their values and protecting their peace than chasing public validation. And perhaps that's the real takeaway here. In a culture obsessed with attention, sometimes the most radical act is to speak softly and still be heard. Kelly Jo Bates' clapback was more than just a response, it was a statement. A statement about faith, family, and the complexity of living publicly while holding private convictions. It showed that being gracious doesn't mean being silent, and defending your beliefs doesn't require attacking others.